Hi, I'm Lycan and welcome to this first chapter in the Ultimate Nmap series. In this video we'll cover what Nmap is, how it works, and how to safely use it on authorized targets like HackTheBox. We'll also cover the legal and ethical boundaries so that you're scanning responsibly from the start. And this is the first part of a 12-part series, so let's get into it and see exactly what the Nmap basics and scanning fundamentals are. Nmap, short for Network Mapper, is a must-have tool in the cybersecurity world. It's a true Swiss Army knife of network reconnaissance that allows you to identify exposed services and detect open ports on target systems. Thanks to its multiple features, Nmap can not only scan hosts for open ports, but it can also detect software versions identifying operating systems and observe how firewalls and intrusion detection systems respond. We'll explain every major Nmap command and flag, showing you what each one does and how to use them. By the end of it, you'll understand how Nmap works and how to leverage its full power for network scanning. And for full transparency, all demonstrations in this video use a Parrot OS Linux virtual machine. We scan authorized targets only, which is either our own labs or HackTheBox hosts, and we are operating in a legal and safe environment. Remember that using Nmap or any port scanner on networks without permission can be illegal or against terms of service. Unauthorized port scanning is often considered unauthorized use under computer misuse laws, so always scan systems that you have permission to use explicitly. Platforms like HackTheBox provide safe targets for practice. Now let's dive into Nmap's capabilities. Nmap is typically used via the command line with basic syntax, which is this. For example, nmap scanme.nmap.org would run a default scan on Nmap's own test server. Nmap will first perform host discovery, then port scanning, and potentially other phases depending on the flags that you use. By default, Nmap scans the top 1000 most common TCP ports on a target host. It determines common ports from its internal data, which you can override with options, but we'll cover that later. Root privileges. Some scan types require raw packet privileges. If you run Nmap on a normal user, it will fall back to a TCP connect scan, a full TCP handshake. Running as root enables more advanced and stealthier scans like SYN scans by default. Keep this in mind, certain flags might have no effect if you're not root. Then we go on to port states. Nmap reports ports in various states. There's open, closed, and filtered. There are a few others, but these are the main ones. Open means the port is accessible and an application on the target is actively accepting connections on that port. For example, on an open port 80 means an HTTP server is likely running. Closed means the port is reachable, the host responded, but no application is listening on it. You might get a TCP RST response indicating nothing here. Closed ports can later transition to open if a service starts, so they still provide info about the host. And then you have filtered. Nmap cannot determine if the port is open because of probes that get no response or were blocked. This usually means a firewall is dropping the packets or filtered ports are given no feedback, so Nmap can't tell if it might be open or not. All it can tell is that they are being filtered by some network device, and if Nmap ever labels something open filtered, it means that you didn't get a response, so it could be either open or filtered. Understanding these states is important for interpreting scan results. And that wraps up our intro and safe setup sections. In the next chapter we'll dive into host discovery, which is how Nmap finds live systems on the network.